Guys, this is November Coming Fire Part 2. With the perception that they didn't want to be a part of the UK hardcore scene anymore, trying to diversify their sound rather than staying within a hardcore punk spectrum. And it definitely influenced a whole new scene in UK hardcore, like more that darkened hardcore, like Gallows, Dead Swans, Bastions, Throats, you know, bands like that. After the release of the album, the pace of the band dropped drastically, and they all wanted it to work, but they were never in agreement about the musical direction of the band, and there was constant arguing between the guys, and eventually they ran out of steam, and they eventually decided to call it a day. In 2007, November Coming Fire played their last show at the Westgate Pavilion in Margate, which I went to. It took 3 hours there and back. Me and two friends went, and it was absolutely awesome. I mean, growing up, like, Canterbury hardcore was such a legendary scene back then. Like, when I was a kid, I used to download videos of the Scout Hut on like fucking Kazaa or whatever it was. It was absolutely awesome. Some of the scariest moshes you'll ever see, and they were all there at that last show. Perfect. The band would eventually release more music after Dungeness, including a split with Gallows that came out on 30 Days of Night Records. The guys all eventually went on to do other projects, including the band Tortuga and their guitarist George starting the band Cosmic Thoughts, as well as Tom Dowse, who was briefly in the band, is now in the band Dry Cleaning. When looking at November Coming Fire's career in retrospect, it feels like they arrived a little bit too early, because the sounds of like Death Wish, noise, post-hardcore, you know, all that kind of stuff really rose into prominence in the UK in around 2007, just after they broke up. And it's a shame really, because they're never in the conversation these days of UK hardcore. However, November Coming Fire will always be known as a representative of Kent's flourished hardcore scene, and one that transcended their local hardcore scene as well. As of this recording, November Coming Fire only has 143 monthly listeners on Spotify, so do yourself a favour and go listen to November Coming Fire right now.